Boom! Welcome back to King Inspire. Have you ever dreamed of something so big that others couldn't understand it? Today on King Inspire, we're diving into the amazing story of Joseph the Dreamer, the boy who was betrayed, sold, into slavery, and yet rose to become the second most powerful man in Egypt. Before we start, smash that like button and subscribe to King Inspire so you never miss a story that can inspire and change your life. Joseph was one of Jacob's 12 sons. He was dearly loved by his father, and he had a colorful coat that made his brothers jealous. Joseph had a gift. He was a dreamer. He had dreams where his brothers bowed to him, and even sheaves of wheat bowed to his sheaf. The meaning? God was showing that Joseph would be elevated and would lead, but instead of celebrating, his brothers were filled with jealousy and anger. Here at King Inspire, we see that even in moments of envy and betrayal, God's plan is bigger than any obstacle. One day his brothers plotted against him. They initially planned to kill him, but instead sold him to traders going to Egypt. From favorite son, suddenly a slave. From dreams, a nightmare. Yet even in slavery, God was with Joseph. Even far from family, he was never abandoned. At King Inspire, we remind you, your current struggles are only part of God's greater plan. Joseph was brought to Potiphar's house, a high-ranking official. Because of his diligence and integrity, he became overseer of the entire household. But temptation came. Potiphar's wife tried to seduce him. Joseph refused, but she falsely accused him, sending him to prison. From slave, prisoner. It seemed hopeless, but remember, when God is with you, no human setback can stop his plan. In prison, Joseph continued to serve faithfully and interpreted the dreams of fellow prisoners. When Pharaoh had troubling dreams that no one could interpret, Joseph was called. With God's guidance, he interpreted Pharaoh's dreams. 7 years of abundance followed by 7 years of famine. Pharaoh was impressed and made Joseph governor of Egypt, second in command of the nation, from prison to palace, from slave, savior of a nation. At King Inspire, this shows us God can turn your trials into triumphs. During the famine, Joseph's brothers came to Egypt to buy food. They didn't know the governor they were facing was Joseph. He could have taken revenge. He could have humiliated them, but he didn't. Instead, Joseph said, "Do not be afraid. You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to save many lives." Genesis 50:20. This is the climax. Forgiveness. He forgave his brothers and even provided for them during the famine. Joseph's story inspired you. Don't keep it to yourself. Like this video if you believe in God's plan. Subscribe to King Inspire for more powerful Bible stories and motivational content. Share this story with someone who needs encouragement today. Comment below. Which giant or trial are you trusting God to overcome?